The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say, or think, or do. Only what you do. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. To live a good life, we have the potential for it. If we can learn to be indifferent to what makes no difference. Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs? The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Do not act as if you had 10,000 years to throw away. The first rule is to keep an untroubled spirit. The second is to look things in the face and know them for what they are. A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions. How much time he gains who does not look to see what his neighbor says or does or thinks. The only wealth which you will keep forever is the wealth you have given away. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Death is a release from the impressions of the senses, and from desires that make us their puppets, and from the vagaries of the mind, and from the hard service of the flesh. The best way to avenge yourself is to not be like the wrongdoer. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. What we do now echoes in eternity. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. No matter what anyone says or does, my task is to be good. To read with diligence, not to rest satisfied with a light and superficial knowledge, nor quickly to assent to things commonly spoken. The best answer to anger is silence. No matter how good a life you lead, you won't please everyone. Someone will be glad to see you go. Every living organism is fulfilled when it follows the right path for its own nature. Think of what you have rather than of what you lack. Of the things you have, select the best and then reflect how eagerly you would have sought them if you did not have them. Do not think that what is hard for you to master is humanly impossible, but if a thing is humanly possible, consider it to be within your reach. We shrink from change, yet is there anything that can come into being without it? If someone can prove me wrong and show me my mistake in any thought or action, I shall gladly change. I seek the truth, which never harmed anyone. The harm is to persist in one's own self-deception and ignorance. Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look. Don't go on discussing what a good person should be. Just be one. Work done with anxiety about results is far inferior to work done without such anxiety, in the calm of self-surrender. The secret of all victory lies in the organization of the non-obvious. How easily we love ourselves above all others, yet we put more stock in the opinions of others than in our own estimation of self. Kindness is invincible. When another blames you or hates you, or people voice similar criticisms, go to their souls, penetrate inside and see what sort of people they are. You will realize that there is no need to be racked with anxiety that they should hold any particular opinion about you. To be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. It stands unmoved and the raging of the sea falls still around it. Everything a horse, a vine is created for some duty. For what task, then, were you yourself created? Frequently consider the connection of all things in the universe. Reflect upon. Whoever does wrong, wrongs himself. Whoever does injustice, does it to himself, making himself evil. Not to display anger or other emotions. To be free of passion and yet full of love. A person's worth is measured by the worth of what he values. There's nothing more insufferable than people who boast about their own humility. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. It is the responsibility of leadership to work intelligently with what is given, and not waste time fantasizing about a world of flawless people and perfect choices. Every living organism is fulfilled when it follows the right path for its own nature. The spiritual meaning of love is measured by what it can do. Love is meant to heal. Love is meant to renew. Love is meant to bring us closer to God. Meditate upon what you ought to be in body and soul when death overtakes you. Meditate on the brevity of life and the measureless gulf of eternity behind it and before, and upon the frailty of everything material. What doesn't transmit light creates its own darkness. Whatever time you choose is the right time. Not late, not early. Adapt yourself to the life you have been given, and truly love the people with whom destiny has surrounded you. The whole universe is change and life itself is but what you deem it. It's normal to feel pain in your hands and feet, if you're using your feet as feet and your hands as hands. And for a human being to feel stress is normal if he's living a normal life. And if it's normal, how can it be bad? Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. The mind freed from passions is an impenetrable fortress. A person has no more secure place of refuge for all time. The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. Do not be wise in words, be wise in deeds. If you're honest and straightforward and mean well, it should show in your eyes. It should be unmistakable. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. Because a thing seems difficult for you, do not think it impossible for anyone to accomplish. Do not expect bad people to exempt you from their destructive ways. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. It is in your own power to maintain the beauty of your soul or to be a decent human being. Recognize that others can hurt you only if you let them. Maintain self-control. No matter what anyone says or does, my task is to be good. If unwilling to rise in the morning, say to thyself, I awake to do the work of a man. Use the setback to practice other virtues. All is ephemeral, both what remembers and what is remembered. Fire feeds on obstacles.